event is starting.
Oh, my watch just told me that you're doing YouTube.
Oh, hey YouTube. Welcome to the stream. 9 p.m. Monday night, Eastern Standard Time. Let's head over to Watch Me Work. Wow, Watch Me Work is pretty they're pretty strict. Oh, there we go. All right. I think everybody's present and or accounted for. All
It's
right.
nice having all
Hey,
these bookmarks.
it's me, Jeremy. Just wanted to say hola. Hey, Jeremy, how are you? Welcome to the channel. Feel free to enjoy the stream, ask questions, hop in. I'm going to get to drawing here. As you can see, I'm a little bit ahead of the curve tonight, so I just didn't want you guys to sit through all that drawing stacks of paper. So I decided to spare you.
And there's much rejoicing.
Yeah, I'm definitely Twitch is having issues, but that's all right.
Yeah, Twitch seems fine for me.
Oh, okay. Yeah, like I can't see I can't see any of the like people watching or chat or anything. And the weird thing is, when I log in, my icons, like the little picture of me, the little caricature, is all gone. Oh wait, no, it's back. Haha, shift reload.
That's the best kind of reload.
Haha, gotcha. All right, guys. Welcome on Twitch, everybody. All right, let's get to drawing. Let's see what we can do here. We got lots of paper to draw, but not as much as if I hadn't worked ahead a little bit.
So now you're going to show more of the process, huh?
We're going with video game music again tonight, so. If any of you guys or gals in the Twitch channel are having issues, let me know. So maybe we can do something. I don't know, but so much paper. All right. Oh, wait. Hope everybody's having a good Monday.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I can't decide if the Ghostbusters put a damper on it or not.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously it was very different. I mean, I didn't have a problem with the casting or the characters. I just had a problem with them sort of calling it Ghostbusters. Like,
Right.
it's like I totally would have wanted to see those characters together doing their thing, but like I would have been much happier if it were, like an honest to God sequel of Ghostbusters.
Sure.
And not like a reimagining sort of thing,
Yeah, and the one thing that bothered me is as much of a deal as they made about people being sexist towards, oh no, you can't say there can't be female Ghostbusters. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah,
they treated their secretary, as a piece of meat. And it was like, is this a double standard, or is this
no,
part of the, it's part of trying to be part of the joke,
I
but
have I have absolutely zero problem with that because women in movies have been depicted so much worse for so
sure,
long. I have absolutely zero problem with them showing him like that, but
But
My problem was all story related, and
yes,
just
well,
not feeling it.
well, I mean, it took it. I mean, I'm watching the extended version right now on iTunes,
Yeah.
and it's like 2 hours long, and an hour into it, it takes before they actually like see a ghost.
Was it that long, really?
It was almost like or I think it was before they actually captured the ghost. Was at the hour mark,
Okay.
you know, and
Yeah.
it was just like that is a lot of setup, and then they instantly know who the bad guy is. You know, within 15 minutes, they know who the bad guy is, and sort of shut him down. And then it's like, okay, now what?
See, that was my problem with the movie was the and guys, if anybody in any of the streams hasn't seen the new Ghostbusters, um, jump in now because I'm throwing the spoiler flag right now. Um,
You're not spoiling much. Or, you know what? You could be spoiling the greatest thing for young girls who want to be scientists.
yeah, a lot of that aspect I was just completely. It's awesome for that, right? Like it's absolutely awesome. I loved it for that. But I just wish it had been just call it a sequel. Like you don't have to reboot it. Just call it a sequel. I would have been so happy if they had been like they had referenced the Dr. Venkman's work or Dr. Stantz or whoever. Like I just
And they
feel like
even mentioned Venkman that he existed, but it was a throwaway sort of, oh, you got one letter of reference,
yeah
you know?
yeah.
And
I just wanted just make it the sequel. That's all. It would have been totally fine. I would have been totally cool with that.
yeah.
Instead of making it doing like the reimagining kind of thing. And I didn't like the fact that the about how they like played into the villain's motivation, right? Like
Yeah.
I don't want to give away what his motivation is, but like I preferred it more being like, well, in the original, where it's like this happening.
Right.
There's this sort of demonic happening going on in the city, and we gotta save it.
Yeah, it's like spiritual energy that's been building up, like a balloon
Right,
versus, this guy.
right.
And then and the way they tried to draw the parallel between him and the ladies,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
and it was just like, come on. It felt like sloppy storytelling.
It felt extremely sloppy. Yeah, I was not digging any of that. I was like, man, it's getting.
And there were definitely parts of it where I'm like, okay, stuff felt out of place for a movie about scientists fighting ghosts.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like, okay, I can sort of see like a dance party after you did your first thing, maybe. Okay, that wasn't too bad. But then the big dance scene with like all the agents
oh yeah.
outside the hotel.
Yeah,
It
that
was
kind of that kind of. I was like, that's sort of
you know what
weird, but
you know what that felt like? It felt like a DreamWorks movie at that point,
a
right?
little bit. I could see that a
Yeah,
little bit.
sort of this weird out of place humor that somebody's gonna think is absolutely hilarious, but nobody else is gonna go, yeah.
Yeah, no, I could see that. That's
Maybe
valid.
maybe it played well with the Orange County moms.
That's valid.
Oh, look, the police are dancing. That's so cute.
But I mean, on the flip side of that, like to me, when I first saw it, I didn't even. What struck me about it was that it's like, oh wow, they're referencing Beetlejuice,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? Like that's the first thing I thought of was, oh, so like he's doing the whole possession,
The group possession dance party.
the dance thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Just like they did at the dinner in Beetlejuice.
You know what? Now that you bring up Beetlejuice, that was so much a better movie. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I just think that we're given our age. I just think we're genetically predisposed to really, really, really love the first Ghostbusters,
Well, sure, there's
and
some of that.
you
There is
know,
definitely. I mean, it's like He-Man, right? You know, we're gonna always have a love for the He-Man cartoons.
yeah.
But like, if you actually try to watch it for story content now,
Oh, it's terrible.
it's pretty bad. And She-Ra's no better.
Yeah, no, they're pretty bad. They're rough. There's no two ways about that.
I mean, right now the best thing going for He-Man is the dancing meme that he has going on. You know, with the song.
Oh, yeah, but even that's like super old.
I know it is.
But
Oh,
it's
they do have a good one with Skeletor. Every now and then you see a good Skeletor meme too, which, you know, that's good. It's nice to see him getting some love.
Skeletor's classic.
He is, and what a bumbling idiot that he was. You know.
He's the best. They used to do the best Skeletor stuff on Robot Chicken.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. And his whole team, like the whole team he had assembled, it was like, let me find the group of people that looks the most villainous, but can do the absolute least amount of villainy.
Yeah, it's true. 100% true.
It's like when they're rolling their stats, they put everything in looks,
Right.
nothing in intelligence, right?
Right. Right.
And even then, some of the looks now are just look stupid, right? But they sold some toys.
They definitely sold some toys to my parents.
Yep. I had a lot of friends that had the. I think this is actually pretty bad. I think the only thing I had from that series was. I don't think it was She-Ra, because I think it was the princess had like a bird or something
Yeah.
from the He-Man,
Yeah.
and that was the only He-Man toy I got. Was the princess?
Yep. Yeah. The sorceress. So the cartoon there was Tila, who was the princess.
Right.
But then they only made one girl action figure for a long time, and it was the sorceress. But then you could take off like her sort of headpiece, and then it was supposed to approximate Tila. Like I think they sold them as like, oh no, it's just, yeah, they all kind of look the same anyway. So
Well, they sort of did. Now I'm having to look at the toy.
she has on like a brown.
Yeah.
She has like a white armor, but there's brown, and she came with like a cobra head for some reason.
No. It's a bird skull. I mean,
Oh,
it's
is
a
that
bird
what it
head.
is? Okay.
Yeah, it's a bird head. I'm looking at it right now, and it had that bird that sat on the pedestal.
Yep.
Now, see, I guess I didn't think about that being the
The sorceress.
sorceress. I just assumed it was a princess, because the sorceress they almost never showed. Now Tila had the cobra set up when they did make the Tila doll. I'm looking at it right now. She had the cobra set up and a cobra snake thing that she carried. And the princess carried, or I'm sorry, the sorceress carried an eagle staff instead,
Okay.
which would almost make me think that the two of them would be natural enemies. But
You're putting way too much logic on the He-Mans.
I know. While I'm looking at these pictures, I just saw a really good sorceress cosplay.
Like from the cartoon sorceress, like with the blue
Yeah.
and white and okay.
Yeah, like the full feather setup with the eagle head on her head and everything.
That's awesome.
There's a couple of them here. That's great. And then some not so good He-Man costumes.
He-Man's rough to do, man.
Well, sure. I mean, you have to have the proportions of, I don't
Grayskull.
know, by the proportions of Grayskull. I mean, you want to talk about like all the Barbie dolls, giving girls, bad images of what their physique should look like.
Yeah, dude,
You know,
He-Man was pretty rough.
You could never live up to that.
And it clearly did not work on me, so...
You mean that didn't give you incentive to do an extra set of workout for your lats?
Nope. Yeah, no, that did not happen for me, so... Mission accomplished, Mattel.
Thanks. I do love how they use the same body mold for like 8 different characters. They just put different heads on them.
Oh, I think all the characters had the same body molds.
Which is funny because then it makes him less impressive, right? Like He-Man's supposed to be this awesome, guy walking around, being the strongest that there is.
That's just normal on Eternia.
I know, it's like everybody gets the superpower up.
Right? Yeah, like that's just... If you live on Eternia, you're just jacked. That's how it goes.
Even if you're a man beast.
That's right.
Except for that one dude who was what is this guy's name?
Which one was he look like?
It's the batting ram guy. You know what I'm talking about? Not Man-at-Arms, but the other guy, the guy who's just like that solid armor.
The one like the action figure didn't have movable legs. He had like a spring inside of him, and you'd lock him down. And
didn't even have a movable head or anything.
Yeah, that guy was awesome.
Whoa.
I forget who that was though, but I forget his name. But they all had like crazy names.
Yeah.
That's awesome though.
This is great. Well, that's a hole I just dove down. Now returning back to your channel.
the He-Man rabbit hole.
I know. It's like any 80s rabbit holes are easy to jump down.
Yeah.
I think I lost a couple days to Small Wonder.
What was the what was the one with the girl that was an alien that could stop time?
Oh.
What was the name of the show is what I'm saying.
Yeah, it was it's like she was living on Earth. Or both her parents aliens, or just her dad?
Her dad was an alien.
Right.
And she talked to him through a crystal.
Half alien girl freeze time. Google search, you are amazing. Out of this world.
Boom. That was a good show.
I typed in alien girl stop time, and it corrected me with half alien girl freeze time. and linked directly to the Wikipedia.
That's awesome.
Oh, the Google AI. If only it could drive cars.
That's such an old guy joke. That sounds exactly like my grandfather. Next thing you know, they'll have electric milkers.
Well, no, I mean, serious though is Google AI is definitely brilliant. So they had 4 seasons of 24 episodes.
Wow,
that's a lot of content,
dude. That is a lot of content.
That's
wait, a 24 episode season of the show? That's crazy.
Yeah, it's 24 episodes.
That's crazy talk.
It is crazy talk, but I mean, if you think about that, they produced. I assume each one's a half hour, so that's 4 seasons of 12 hours of content. So that's 48 hours, 2 full days of you could just watch Out of This World. You could stream it. I mean, it boiled down to 20 minutes or so with removing commercials and everything.
Yeah, that's a lot of Out of This World.
a day and a half of just streaming out of this world. So if you ever have like a weekend,
I will never have that weekend. That weekend is never going to happen.
yeah. Oh, in other countries, it had names that made more sense. Like in Germany, it was "My father is an alien."
Jeez.
That's right. The theme song was "Swinging on a Star."
Yeah. Oh yeah. Would you like to swing on
Yeah.
the star?
We had to. Oh man, this is like one of my few elementary school memories. We did that song for something, and like like one of the nights where the kids show off all their talents or lack thereof.
Yeah.
And I was the tail end of the donkey, and the donkey that in the song.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I
A
wouldn't.
song about wishing and dreaming, with elementary kids being portrayed, and I was the ass end of an ass.
I don't know if I would admit to that, but more power to you.
It's out there. It's out there on the internet now. Yep. That's one of the few things I can. I think I did that, and then one time I played the Great and Powerful Oz,
The Wizard.
which was the Wizard. Yep. And Jefferson Davis for some reason.
You played Jefferson Davis?
Yeah.
That's
There's some sort of history report. This is back in Kentucky, so it was okay to talk about Southern stuff.
the only history.
Well, he was born in Kentucky too, just like Abraham Lincoln was. So I think this was a history of Kentucky, historical Kentucky people or something like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They didn't really have a whole lot. They pretty much had all the pioneers,
Oh
like
yeah,
Daniel Boone and things like that, and then it was nothing.
dude, you should watch the Revenant.
Yeah?
Yeah, that's a. I mean, it's it's a pretty laborious movie because you're like, gah, like it just feels like he's getting hurt constantly.
What? My telling you about my elementary school memories make you think of some guy who just keeps getting beat up?
It's a good movie.
I'll have to check that out. Oh yeah, Frontiers. Oh yeah. Awesome. Yeah, we'll have to look at that. That'd be a nice winter movie to watch when it's all cold outside.
Yeah, well, it's very cold in the movie. Like
Yeah.
all the colors and all the color choices and everything is very very cold.
Very blue and white.
Yeah.
Have you tried out those glasses at work yet? Speaking of blues and whites.
The anti-eye strain glasses.
Yeah.
We haven't gotten them yet.
Because they that's what they cut is some of the blue frequency out.
Oh, okay.
Or at least the ones I was reading about. That's what they do is they help cut that down.
So it's basically like wearing a lens filter on your eyes.
Well, it's that and magnification has slight magnification to it too. So that way you don't have to strain as hard when you're looking at the screen. At least the ones I was looking at. I don't know what you guys were looking at.
Yeah.
But yeah, they had them and they looked like they were just like normal frames, normal lenses, So it looked like you're just be wearing glasses.
That is cool. I'll
Which would
check 'em
sort of
out.
be weird walking into a studio and like just sort of seeing everybody wearing glasses. Like it would take a while for it to click that, wait a second, everybody's wearing the same pair of glasses.
It'd be like that Rowdy Roddy Piper movie.
I don't think I saw that.
What?
Sorry.
Dude, you haven't seen They Live?
No.
Are you serious right now?
I am very serious.
All right, you got to look it up right
I
now.
I know it's going to be added to my list.
It is legit good movie. Like it's good sci-fi.
That's good. I'll have to watch it.
No, it's good. I think it's They Live or they look it
Yeah,
up.
no, it's They Live. Yep.
Are
It's
you are
John,
you?
it's John Carpenter.
Of course it is. Yeah.
So, Rowdy Roddy Piper was in a John Carpenter film. That blows my mind.
Oh man, it's such a good movie, and it's not Halloween yet, so it's still fair game.
Interesting. So,
Oh
what
yeah.
are your rules for movies like that? Like sci-fi is like, is there a period where you can't watch sci-fi movies because it's supposed to be more Halloween style?
No, I'm just saying that it's the perfect time. You know.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I'm not saying you can't drink your hot chocolate in the summer, but
Right after Labor Day's fine in my camp.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Just don't drink the hot chocolate while you're wearing the white. You might make a mess. I hear you. I didn't know if there was like if you had some sort of it's not scary enough, so you can't watch it within a month of Halloween.
No, not nothing like that. I'm just saying that it's the perfect time.
That's good. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple movies from the '80s that I just sort of totally missed, and I've been picking them up here and there. Like I finally watched, it was a couple years ago, but I finally watched Repo Man.
Oh yeah. Oh
You know,
man.
and it just blew my mind how good it was. It was completely out there, but it was
Dude.
great.
And you had not seen it before?
No, I didn't see it. I mean, it was probably like 3 or 4. I think it was still at
What?
DreamWorks, and I think it was Bart that kept talking about how great it was.
Yeah, it's
So
great.
I watched it.
Oh
but-
man, yeah.
Well, Kevin, I missed 90% of the '80s. You know, too busy listening to Sandy Patty and watching Gaither Vocal Trio sing.
Oh Jesus.
Exactly. Exactly.
So much catching up to do.
I think the craziest movies we watched when I was a kid was Hardware Wars.
Oh my god. Batteries not included.
Nope, never seen it. Haven't seen it yet.
Not even batteries not included.
No.
What about Last Starfighter?
Yep, saw that.
Okay.
That's because it was a Disney. It was like on the Wonderful World of Disney or something like that.
Oh, so you didn't even see it in the theater.
No, man. No. We never saw it. My family never went to go see movies. Like, I think if I try to remember the movies that we saw in the theater, it would have been Return of the Jedi, the Joni Eareckson Sada story.
What?
It's an uplifting motivational story about a quadriplegic who paints. Yeah.
I'm speechless. Absolutely
Yep.
speechless.
And it wasn't until I had a cool youth pastor who took us to go see Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. That was like, and I saw The Wizard too. So I think that those are some of the very few, and that was like for a birthday party. So those are some of the very few movies I actually saw in the theater.
Wow, dude.
Yeah. But we had like a VCR, and at slumber parties we'd watch movies and stuff like that. So there's a lot of movies we saw that way.
Oh yeah.
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 Like
Yeah,
Munchies.
The first slumber party I ever went to, or spend the night party, whatever you want to call it, we watched Blazing Saddles.
Oh, that would have been nice.
And it's funny too because like that movie is
So over little kids' heads.
well, yeah, sociopolitically, like it's an amazing movie,
Right.
and yeah, as a little kid, you're just like farts.
Right. They have enough jokes in there that sort of transcend age.
Yeah,
That
it's like
makes it.
all you do is watch the fart jokes. You have no idea about the socio-political like
Right.
ramifications of any of it.
Well, it's like, oh, I know he's making a penis joke, but you don't realize they're making a penis joke because of stereotypes,
Right.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So to you, it's just like, oh, penis, ha 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 ha.
I don't even think it's that. Like you don't even know that, but yeah. Yep, Blazing Saddles was the first. And then after that, when we would go back to the same guy's house, we would do The Gods Must Be Crazy was one of them.
Oh yeah.
And
No, see, my
then
parents actually rented that.
oh really?
Yeah,
That's odd.
I know. I don't know why.
That and then later on that sort of turned into Monty Python.
Uh huh. Yeah, that wasn't until high school where I discovered a lot of that stuff. When we actually were able to go to the or to the rental store ourselves.
Yeah.
Ride our bike and go rent movies and then eventually drive.
Don't come in here. I'm watching a movie.
Yeah,
It's called
yeah.
The Life of Brian, and it's really good.
No, 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 no. The story is we were watching The Meaning of Life, or I
Oh,
was
oh,
watching The
oh,
Meaning of Life in the living room of my parents' house, right?
I didn't even know there
Yeah.
was a story.
And I know, but well, I mean, everybody has a story like this. And while the scene with all the topless women chasing the guy
Yeah.
is when my mom and dad come walking downstairs. And I'm in high school at the time, and I don't stop it. I'm like, yeah, this movie's got a lot of crazy stuff in it.
Oh, that's classic.
And of course, I was probably looking away anyways, a little bit in embarrassment. But
Yeah.
then with my parents coming down, it was like you had to make sure you're extra embarrassed. Like, oh, 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 I don't want to see what those look like. Not yet.
Yeah. On the flip side of that, my mom took me to see Total Recall in the theater. Knowing full well,
Oh, she knew what was in there. She still took you.
well, yeah, I mean, she was a huge sci-fi and horror reader, right? So
Yeah, yeah.
she,
She loves her sci-fi, doesn't she?
she knew what was coming. Uh-oh. Crashing over here. Sorry, everybody on Twitch. Hopefully you guys are still hanging in there without me, because mine just crashed.
I'm watching your Twitch stream right now.
Yeah, Picardo said it died too.
Huh.
Sorry, Picardo peeps.
No, it looks like you kept going on Twitch just fine.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
Maybe it's just you, man.
It's something. Yeah, maybe it's the AT&T buyout is what it is.
It is.
Because I don't even see you listed in the little red. Like, there's people watching you.
Oh, oh,
All I see is one. And that's me.
oh, that's so sad. Well, maybe I'll do the Control Shift Reload. Or refresh. Oh, hey, more Tortina's pizza commercials.
Yay! Watch them.
Man, those pizza rolls were the bomb.
Totino's.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just the idea in general, but
Yeah, I know what you mean.
and those things were pretty awesome. Thing is they were so good, but you had to nuke them. So that it's like, how long do you wait before you eat it? You always burnt the roof of your mouth.
Never.
Never? You were that
Never.
patient?
I was always that patient.
Yeah. Well, knowing you, I'm not surprised. Are you surprised that I would burn my mouth just every time?
Not at all.
That's one of the differences between us.
Ow, it hurts. I'll try it
You can
again.
you can
Ow!
tell me you can tell me the stove's hot, but if you put a $5 bill on it, I'm gonna reach for it. Maybe it won't hurt as much this time.
He hates these cans.
That's right. I'm somebody. Nathan R. Johnson.
It's the cans. He hates
Now
these cans.
that was a great movie. That when I watched it, I was just it. Because I think I first saw it when I was in the middle of a Steve Martin kick, and
When you were discovering what the rest of the world had discovered long ago.
yes, when I much like Brendan Fraser when I came out of my crazy little cocoon of a world.
You are Nathan R. Johnson.
Well, that too, right? I was raised a poor black child. No,
He's actually talking to you in that movie.
he is. Well, I'm waiting to come up with the OptiGrab then, and someday I'll have my millions. I just won't squander them. I won't have disposable. What was it? Disposable wine glasses. And
Oh,
wine
right.
at the tennis court. Oh, oh, there's so many brilliant little gags in that movie.
These cans. He hates these cans.
I mean, and when you think about it, that part was just so random, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, oh, and that's something they would never ever do in a movie now. You know,
No, probably not.
introduce a random sniper. Like there'll be
Yeah.
snipers in movies, but it's got to be an action movie, and it's got to be part of an important part of the plot, right?
Right.
But you're not just going to put some random sniper shooting at this guy at a gas station. Somebody would go, "Oh, that's disrespectful because such and such event actually happened." You know?
Which is probably true.
Well,
What?
I mean, I guess it's only disrespectful if you do it to make fun of the event, not if you're completely unaware.
This can't be right. So it says the music we're listening to is from Time Splitters 2 from the PlayStation 2.
I'm not even aware of that.
Oh, wait, no, maybe that was the last one. It just updated Earthbound. That makes more sense. Boy, that's an old game. Super Nintendo.
Yeah, that's one of the games I want to play someday.
Earthbound?
Yeah,
I'm sure.
yeah. There's ways of doing
you've
it.
got to be able to emulate it.
Yeah,
Like, no doubt there, right?
yeah. I mean, there's a lot of these classic like RPGs and things like that I want to play just to sort of experience.
Right.
But
Right.
I'm part of me wonders what my patience level's like. Like I can only get like halfway through Chrono Trigger right now without going, okay. I gotta sort of put it on hold and wait a little bit before I go back into it.
That's just Chrono Trigger in general.
Yeah, but it was so good the first time I played it. I mean, I never beat it, but it was like the first time I played it, it just sucked me in.
Yeah, those days are long gone though.
Yeah.
All right, let's see. We're gonna close some gaps. Multiple referring. Let's grab you. Start filling in here.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see like what the next gen games are like, now that they're starting to get this, the VR technology sort of worked in and, like will there be any of these RPGs that are sort of more, VR based?
That would be pretty cool in my book, actually.
Can you imagine like a VR Dragon Quest?
Yeah, that'd be pretty sweet. I'd definitely play that.
As long as they didn't like Wii it up too much, like where you had to like swing the sword at every slime.
Oh,
You know,
you mean like that'd be funny. Every time, I gotta do this.
right? And it's like, especially like with like the metal slimes, right? You're like, I swung as hard as I could. What do you mean I missed it?
I think there's a new Dragon Quest game, isn't there? Didn't
There is.
they just put one
Yeah.
out? I saw that it was getting like crazy good reviews.
They also released Dragon Quest for iOS, but the controls for it are crap.
Yeah.
You know, because they're having you use on-screen buttons, but it's like well, I mean, which is expected, right? Because iOS is just a big touchpad.
Sure.
But the problem is the way the button layout is and everything is,
But I
you
can
know.
still go.
But I mean, part of playing like the old classic like RPGs like that was you did a lot of button mashing and controller stick holding, right?
Yeah.
You know, keep holding him in this direction until he runs into something, and then just keep holding the action button down so you kill them all, right?
Yeah.
You know, you do that, you know, for 80% of the battles, so then you heal when you need to, and then on the real battles where it's actually something important, then you start using strategy. Yeah. Yeah, I saw there's also some more Final Fantasies out, but you know, I don't know if I have time to pick something like that up again.
Yeah. Well, especially the later ones. Although when they do the remake, the UE4 remake of 7, was it 7?
Yeah, I think so. I think it was 7 that I saw was getting a complete remake. Yeah.
It's the one with Cloud and Sephiroth
Yeah.
and like the
Yeah.
weird medieval future mechanized medieval mech
Yeah.
and, you know. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah, that would be cool. That's not the one with Blitzball. That was a different one.
That was 10. That was
Yeah.
X and X1. 10 and 10.
That one was fun. 10, I think. Actually, I think 10 was like the first Final Fantasy that I really got into.
Oh, I had been playing him on the NES
Yeah.
forever.
Well, I was disadvantaged in that area by only having a Sega and a Genesis. But with that said, my first RPG was one of the first Japanese RPGs that came to the United States. You know, playing Miracle Warriors on the Master System.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I actually the other day I watched a guy do took him like 15 videos to do a playthrough of the game, and he fast forwarded some of the grinding parts because that game, man, it got grindy, very very grindy.
My first RPG was Dragon Warrior
Nice,
on the NES.
that's a classic. I remember.
That was a real RPG. That was one save point in the entire game, and it's at the starting castle,
Wow.
up in the king's thing, like on the second or third floor. And so, like you don't have a choice. Like you have to make it back there after every adventure.
That's wild.
Yep. And then the only way you can make it back, instantly is with this magical item called a wyvern or wyvern wing.
Uh huh. Yeah, yeah. Dragon Wing makes sense.
And it'll take you right back to the castle every time. But
But
so
it was expensive.
yeah, it was expensive, and you have to buy them.
Yeah.
Like they don't drop, which was just
Yeah, what they did in Miracle Warriors was you could save at every town, and you could buy feathers to warp to the towns. So you couldn't just save out in the middle of nowhere.
yeah. You couldn't say that's similar to Dragon Warrior. Yeah, you weren't allowed to save out in the. Ooh.
You didn't have tents that you could use for save points.
No, you did not.
Yeah. What was it, X2 that introduced that new battle strategy, or what was that? You know, where it was, you know what I'm talking about? Where they started
The
changing up, like,
tactics?
yeah, the tactic stuff. which I actually thought was pretty cool.
Yeah, there was good stuff in that.
Yeah, I remember killing a lot of rabbits though.
Yeah, and there was some other there was some other thing too that you had to kill, like some other.
Like in the desert, like the desert right outside like the city you were in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had to kill a lot of little things to level up. Much like the rabbits in the online version of Final Fantasy.
Oh please.
I'm killing all these bunnies right now, so later I can go down to the beach and kill more bunnies.
In a group of career Japanese players.
Well, that's if you could get one of those groups, you're doing fine.
In my
Lost
opinion,
some.
in my opinion, you had to get one of those groups.
Oh man, I still remember some of the nights where it was like, okay, I'm staying up for another hour because I'll double the amount of XP I get in the next hour than I did the 4 hours I was playing earlier.
Yep. Just because of the Japanese
To
people
make
coming online.
Yeah, they'd start hitting the server, and I advertised I was looking for a group as a black mage, and I made sure I had all my food, and I had the whatever staff I was supposed to be carrying.
You had to have that gear. You gotta
I
have
had
that
all
gear.
the gear, and you couldn't miss any of the nukes either.
No.
That was the black mage had one job, and that was to hit the nuke when the guy was at 40-some%.
You got one job.
And occasionally you'd throw in a couple extra heals here and there. But yeah, sometimes I played like sub bard instead of sub white, so that way I could throw some buffs on people while I was, waiting for my chance to explode.
Ooh, I don't like that. You know what? It's not going with the that is so that's dumb. Clip Studio Paint. That is dumb.
Got color?
Well, I had a different color here in the foreground spot, and then the background spot was selected, but the gradient tool only goes to the foreground spot.
Interesting.
Yes, that kind of blows.
It's probably a feature of some sort, but it's definitely not a bug. You just have to know about it.
Kinda a pain. Kinda a pain. What? Oh, I had the wrong thing. Whoops. Whoopsie doodle. That's what I was expecting. Then we'll go back there and change this to screen. Too much. Too much. Too much. Here. I have to do them individually. I feel like whatever video game soundtrack we're listening to right now is about 2 seconds from busting into Christmas music.
It's almost like what? Yeah, I was wondering if it was like almost like the music from Columns.
Oh, you can't hear the music, can you? Except for in the
Nope.
in the stream.
No, and even in the stream, it's a little quiet.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
I can bust that up. I need to check everything anyway.
You gotta check yourself before you wreck yourself.
Nvidia keeps wanting me to update Nvidia drivers, but I'm smarter than that, everybody.
Oh. Well, I'm not.
No, thank you. No, thank you.
I'm like, oh, you have software to automate this and do it every time? Sure.
Yeah, no, thank you. Not when Photoshop is involved.
Yeah.
Oh wait, we didn't get it, did we? There we go. There we go. Except I don't want to do that actually. Grab you. Alt. Get out. Too much. That's better. All right. Let's see what we got here. Oh wait, not that one. Straighten up all of our wordy dirds. Can't go wrong with a good old pay joke.
Mm-hmm.
Saved. All right.
That's another one done.
Another comic strip. Another one bites the dust. Bam. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do though? One more thing. It's like Apple up in here. Hey, one more thing, everybody. One more thing.
I'm listening to your background music right now. That's pretty interesting stuff.
Now we're talking.
Oh yeah.
I think
that's got a pop.
I think I know this. I think I know this song. I should run a contest in the stream for like free artwork and stuff for people who can guess the song. What is this? Megaman. Oh yeah. Wow, look at that cover art for the original Megaman. Holy crap, that looks amazing. It's basically Tron.
And now I am Googling.
Googling what?
Megaman cover art.
Oh, to see it, to check it out.
Yep.
Let's do one more thing. One more thing, just one more thing.
What I wanted to suggest to me first was Mega Man Cover Band, which would have been even better. Oh yeah. Yeah, back when like the box art like didn't even come close to the graphics in the game, right?
Right.
It was like, here's a world that we're gonna make you imagine, and then we'll throw some pixels at you that sort of match it.
It's gonna be completely not what you think it is. Yeah.
It's like even Mega Man 2, man.
Well, it used to be even worse on the Atari, because, like,
Yeah.
obviously.
Like, Mega Man didn't actually look like Mega Man until the Mega Man 3 box art.
Yeah.
That's when they gave him the round head and made him squattier, as opposed to, like, this, like, actually look like a real person instead of a kid. Here's an image that pops up. Why is the Mega Man box art so bad? Oh, it's a YouTube video. I'm gonna have to watch that.
Are people really like trying to?
Well, but a lot of the perspective's off in that art.
Yeah.
Now the PAL version actually looks good.
Really?
Yeah,
That's even weirder.
Yeah, I'll send you this image. I guess the Japanese know how to do their game art. At least for their own audience.
Oh, this is Zelda. This is straight up Zelda. Gotta be.
It could be a Dragon Quest too.
This? Playing right now?
They've got a lot of horn. I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying it could be.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of horns in that and stuff.
Yep. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, Dark World from Super Nintendo. Man, I put so many hours into that game. Holy moly. Not even funny. I dropped some time in there. All right.
So, there is a version of the Mega Man character known as the Bad Box Art Mega Man, also known as U.S. Mega Man in Japan. That's the name given to the U.S. version of the Mega Man character based off of that.
Bad Box Art Mega Man.
Yeah.
I don't know how to feel about that.
So he's actually in Street Fighter X Tekken.
No kidding, that's awesome.
Yeah. And he's also in Mega Man ZX Advent, which I have no idea what that is.
All right. Well, everybody, looks like we've got another strip done. So, I am going to cut her off here and publish the strip, get everybody their Legend of Bill for the evening. So I may be back a little bit later to work on some other stuff. We'll see, definitely later on in the week. So come back, hang out, and thanks for hanging out with us tonight. Bye, everybody.